The Science and Secrets Behind Female Ejaculation. A comprehensive guide unlocking a deeper connection. What if I told you that most men never experience the full extent of female pleasure? Not because they can't, but because they don't know how. Female ejaculation, commonly known as squirting, remains one of the most misunderstood, yet fascinating aspects of intimacy. It's not just about physical stimulation, it's a psychological and physiological experience that can transform a relationship. Some women have never experienced it, while others don't even believe it's real. But science says otherwise. And once it happens, everything changes. Stay with me, because today we're diving deep into the science, the technique, and the emotional aspects of female ejaculation. If you're ready to learn a skill that can create an unbreakable bond with your partner, this is for you. The science behind female ejaculation. For years, debates have surrounded the phenomenon of squirting. Is it real? Is it just urine? Does every woman have the potential to experience it? Scientific research has provided us with some solid answers. A study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that female ejaculation is a distinct fluid expelled from the skin's glands, often referred to as the female prostate. This fluid contains traces of prostatic-specific antigen, PSA, and glucose, differentiating it from urine. Additionally, MRI studies have shown that during intense stimulation, the bladder fills slightly before releasing fluid, confirming that squirting is a real physiological response rather than a myth. So if you've ever heard someone say, "It's just pee," you can confidently tell them they're misinformed. Mastering the technique, the three-step approach. Achieving this level of pleasure isn't about luck, it's about skill, and skill can be learned. This process follows three crucial steps: the build-up, the synchronization, and the release. Step 1. The build-up, the key to unlocking desire. Before any fireworks can happen, both partners need to be in sync emotionally and physically. Think about your most intense, intimate moments. Weren't they always with someone who was fully engaged? Passion is contagious. Start by heightening anticipation. Instead of rushing in, take your time. Sensory stimulation is crucial here. Use deep, deliberate breathing to heighten arousal. Engage in firm, confident touch, but don't go straight for the erogenous zones. Let the suspense build. Pay attention to her breathing and subtle reactions. If she holds her breath or tenses up, she's getting there. Scientific evidence suggests that slow, controlled arousal increases nitric oxide levels, which boosts blood flow and enhances sensitivity. In simpler terms, the more turned on she is, the more responsive her body will be. Step 2. The synchronization, understanding the Gspot and clitoral connection. One of the biggest misconceptions is that squirting is purely about penetration. The reality? It's a combination of internal and external stimulation. The Gspot, a cluster of nerve endings located about 2 to 3 inches inside the front vaginal wall, is highly sensitive to firm, rhythmic pressure. But here's the secret. It works best when combined with external stimulation. The clitoris isn't just a tiny nub, it has internal extensions that wrap around the vaginal canal. When stimulated correctly, it creates a chain reaction of pleasure. A method used in many Eastern cultures, particularly the kunyaza technique from Rwanda, focuses on external and internal stimulation simultaneously. This technique, rooted in rhythmic motion and controlled breathwork, has been linked to heightened sexual response and increased fluid release. Use a come-hither motion with 2 fingers, applying firm pressure on the Gspot. Sync your movements with deep, rhythmic breathing to maintain control and prolong pleasure. Experiment with different angles. Sometimes, a slight shift in position, makes all the difference. Step 3. The release. Achieving the ultimate surrender. The final step is about consistency and relaxation. Many women struggle to reach this point because they unconsciously hold back, fearing a loss of control. Psychological barriers can be the biggest obstacles to squirting. That's why creating a safe, relaxed environment is essential. Encourage her to let go by maintaining steady eye contact and reassuring touch. If she says, "Right there," do not change rhythm. Consistency is the key. Use hip movements rather than just hand motions. Think of it as a wave, not a poke. When done correctly, this process leads to involuntary contractions and a surge of oxytocin, often referred to as the love hormone. This is why many women report feeling an intense emotional connection with their partner afterward. Breaking the stigma, myths and misconceptions. Despite increasing awareness, squirting is still a taboo topic in many cultures. Some believe it's a rare phenomenon, while others dismiss it altogether. But studies suggest that approximately 10 to 40% of women have experienced it at some point, even if they weren't aware of it happening. Another common myth? That it's a sign of promiscuity. In reality, it's simply a natural bodily response, no different from any other form of pleasure. Educating both men and women about sexual health helps break down these outdated misconceptions and fosters healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Conclusion: elevate your intimacy. Mastering female ejaculation isn't just about physical technique, it's about trust, communication, and understanding the science of pleasure. If you follow the build-up, the synchronization, and the release, you're setting yourself up for an experience that deepens intimacy and strengthens your connection. So, are you ready to take your intimacy to the next level? Try these techniques and let me know your experiences in the comments. Knowledge is power, and when applied correctly, it can transform your love life. Until next time, stay curious, stay passionate, and keep exploring.